Oh.
Yeah, maybe the
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the MASE and SHADY show. How are y'all doing on this late night?
Right. Who's here with us? Catherine. Hey, Catherine.
Somebody said it's late in Atlanta in her Nini voice, and I can agree. It is late.
Yes, it is.
It is late. So we come in when we come in. You never know how we gonna move. So that's why y'all need to hit that notification bell, so y'all can be ready for the mess. Or if y'all catching a replay, make sure y'all hit the like button on this video. Mace, you muted. I was gonna ask, how's everything going on with you tonight? You doing good? You had a good week?
It was kind of rough. I'm telling you, this gas took me down for 2 days. I couldn't even get out the bed. This is my first day actually trying to get up out the bed. So, whew, it's been a lot.
I'm glad you up, and we are here tonight. It's been a rough week for me too. Mercury must have been retrograding because everything.
Retrograde.
It seemed like everything was getting on my nerves this week. Everything. So, but I am glad that we are headed towards the weekend, and we can just leave this week behind. So let's just get started with the mess.
It's kind of late, but I'm gonna make a drink real quick.
You gonna make a drink?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a drink real quick. People been asking about this drink. It's called the Tropical Island. So I'm gonna tell the people what's in it. Okay, this is like a highball glass. So I started off with some grenadine at the bottom before I put the ice in. I started off with some grenadine, then I added the ice. And right here I have pineapple juice, coconut rum, and a regular rum mix right here. So I'm gonna just pour this right here on top of that. And you see how the pretty colors come up? Right here, leave that here. And then I'm gonna take this is right here is blue curacao mixed with water. It's like about equal parts, like half blue curacao and half water. And then I add this right on top. Pour it in nice and slow. And then you get this pretty drink. So it's like a layered drink. It's called the Tropical Island. It's very delicious. So if you guys want to, y'all can try that. But the week has definitely been weakened, so I'm gonna take a sip.
I decided to go ahead and drink because I said I wasn't going to, but since it's a late night.
Right, so since you're going right to bed after this anyway.
Yeah, mine as well. I said
mine
it was.
as well. See, you see my lovely drink here?
Oh, was it for the 4th? Y'all's holiday?
We don't celebrate. I don't celebrate that holiday. I just wanted something. I wanted something like fruity and nice, like a tropical island. I wanted something fruity and light.
I think she's saying, where do you get the ingredients for the drink?
The blue cover side. This is it actually right here. I don't know if you can see.
It's not coming. It's not coming through. It's still coming.
It's blue. It's spelled C. It's blue. Spelled CURACA. Blue curacao.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got regular coconut rum. I think that was a Malibu and some regular Bacardi, and I mixed it together with the pineapple juice, just to pre-mix it so I could pour it easier from this.
That sounds like something I might like.
Yeah, it's really give you a nice little buzz, and it's not harsh. It's not. Oh.
I don't care if it's harsh. All right.
Like, bring it on. Well, speaking that we don't care if it's harsh. You know what we should talk about first and get it out the way? Tasha K and Sookie Honda, the fight that kept on giving. Or because do you think Tasha K was harsh? Since somebody was crying.
Harsh in which statement? Because it's been a lot that's being said. I thought we talked.
It was a lot going on. I think it started off with Tasha K giving her opinion on the YK Osiris situation, and then she said that she basically said that you put that out there, this is what you're going to get, basically. And she said Sookie had DM'd her and asked her, to leave her alone because she stopped bullying her or whatever, because she was hurting her feelings. And Tasha K said, I didn't know that a brand feelings could get hurt. Like, you're a brand, like, and your feelings can't get hurt or whatever. And Sookie felt some type of way. Then Tasha K had made some statements about Sexy Red, as we all know. Sexy Red mother hopped in it. And so then Tasha K kind of retreated from Sexy Red, but she said that she wasn't going to really go too hard on Sexy Red because Sexy Red was standing in her trueness. I think it was true wholeness of something like that. I don't know what the trueness was standing in, but she said, but she was going back and forth with Sookie a lot, and Sookie, said her feelings was hurt, and then she just took to the internet and she was like, enough, and then Sookie started going off.
Well, y'all said that Sookie went off. I didn't think her clapbacks were all that great. In a read, I prefer an intellectual read. I prefer somebody to dig deep. The stuff that Sookie was saying was very surface level, very basic type of stuff that you say. It was like your mama.
Yeah, because Sookie's young. She can't. I don't think she want to run. She can't run. I'm saying, but sometimes you're young and like an older woman can because Tasha can set reads and say reads that that goes above your head, like you said, a real intelligent read.
Sophisticated read, like an intelligent read.
Yeah, it was a sophisticated read. Yeah, what Sookie was saying was really superficial. Like it was okay, it wasn't really hitting for nothing, because I don't think Tasha K was wrong in what she said.
But also,
I like Sookie, but
back and forth exchange, and I remember Tasha K posted the video of Sookie saying that she gave her soul, she sold her soul and everything. And when I talked about it, people was in the comments was like, "Well, Sookie said that was she was really talking about a contract with the record label." And I said the way Sookie was acting, she was not talking about a record label contract. She was talking about
that video was pretty disturbing. And now to see,
she was crying. She had snot running down her nose. She was distraught.
Yeah.
If y'all remember I remember I think it was the summer of 2020. It was a lot of mess going on the internet. It was a lot of mess, and I think that was the year she did the video, the OnlyFans with the vomiting and all that. That's when the demonic thing came out. It was around the same time, and she blew up a little bit after that. After she said that she sold her soul to the devil, but she can only go so far because of her brand. No matter how far, what papers you signed or what deals you made, your brand is really holding you back, Sookie. That's what it is. Because and unfortunately, they like it better from like a Cardi B. They'll take it from like a Cardi B before they'll take it from a Sookie.
No, they will take it from her, but they won't respect her.
They're not gonna.
They'll put more respect into a Cardi B, given that same I guess the whole culture energy.
But I think she goes further than Cardi B does. It seems like she take it a little step further than Cardi B.
Yeah, she does. She definitely does. That video alone, that if any video was to rival to put Luke's videos to shame, because when I saw that Sookie Hana video, and I done seen a lot of stuff. And I done seen a lot of stuff, and with the coochie eating, and it was just vulgar, and
that was a lot. That was a lot.
I was truly disgusted, but like I said, you can't have it both ways.
And twerking on the dog.
The dog, that poor dog. And then she gonna come back and say the dog said that her coochie smelled like a pot of crabs. Like, I don't know, because it's like, when does it become joking?
Going up for her, and y'all was defending her, and she over here twerking on dogs.
No, like I was defending the situation. I said that she shouldn't have been touched if she didn't want to be touched. But I do believe it. I believe in shaming. Like, if you one of them people that like to say a black woman or a black, like pandering to black women, don't come over here with that, because that don't work for me. And
thanks for joining us tonight. We up late.
That pandering to black women, like, oh, a black woman, oh, shut up. Like, and then like, oh, no slut shaming. If you're a slut, you're a slut. Like, we need to bring back this slut shaming, because I'm tired of turning on the Instagram and smelling ass. I literally can smell it now through the Instagram. I'm tired of it. It's disgusting at a point. Like, it's okay to do like a little twerk and, like whatever. I like to, have a little fun, but certain things are just disgusting, and you can't have it both ways. You can't sit here and produce act my feelings, and I'm saying, what are you, a hooker with a heart of gold? Like, I'm saying, like, how can I'm not hurting it? Like, you put this out there, like, you can't have it both ways.
All right, let's get into some of these topics, because we have a lot to talk about tonight. Let's get into Kim and Croy. They're on the docket for wasting our time and carrying us through too many changes, and they end up getting back together and going to church together with the kids. And then we got footage of them going to church together. They happy, and they, they working, they making it work, and they canceled their divorce. Him and the kids going to church. The kids going to church with their daddy and their mama. What do you have to say about persuasion, wasting the police time, waste the investigation?
They are just wasting the authorities' time. Charges should be brought up against them for wasting the time. You calling the cops over someone being in the bathroom. In that big house, I know it's more than one bathroom, and you have the nerves to call the popos for someone, and like a waste of time. But I think this is all a ruse. I think that they're still not really getting along. I think that this is just a ruse to get her back on the Housewives of
I think she wants party for the party back.
And I think she wants her own show. I think this is just, something that, such and such, to watch them work out. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
I think it was a scheme set up by Kim to get them, because their show Tardy for the Party got canceled. Then after the show got canceled, then all of a sudden these divorce rumors start popping up, and y'all fighting and stuff, and calling the police on each other. But not really. Y'all, you wanted to press, they asked you, did you want to press charges against Croy for kidnapping the children or whatever? You said no. It just seemed like y'all would take it there, but then y'all would back off. Now, all of a sudden, over the 4th of July weekend, y'all going to church together.
I smell baloney. I smell phony. I don't want to see it on TV. I just want them to go away.
Yeah, you was wasting the police officers' time, and they barely show up to black people stuff, and they go into your house 10 times over some closet dispute, or he took the kids without permission, and all this other stuff.
Yeah, just wasting like people out here getting red rum. It is red rum going around out here, and you're sitting there calling the police, wasting the police time, like black people. I don't think black people could get away with this, like calling the cops back and forth. Like my husband's in the bathroom. I think we probably would have ended up out like in the bathroom. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what would have happened if there was a black person calling for stuff like that. They would charge us. They will charge you for wasting the police. On the spot, you'll receive a bill. You wasted our time. But persuasion, they call for the slightest inconvenience, like they ordering a pizza.
Like the bathroom, I'm like the bathroom, Kim. Like, and you down to the thing and the gambling, leaving the kids in the car for 2 to 3 hours while you know, in there. It's a lot going on in Trailer Park News.
And speaking of the trailer park, we're not going. It's a lot of messy situations that's been in the not couples, but relationship, current couples. We have the whole Dwight Howard and Royce situation that popped off a couple of days ago. Dwight was on social media bragging about how he disciplined his son and how he making him work out and teach him how to be a man. And MASE tagged me in it, and she was like, she said something about Royce. I said, Royce ain't too far. Royce gonna have something to say. So
I knew Royce was going to have something to say because I thought it was him because he looks a little different. Because when I was watching basketball, I used to be super obsessed with his arms because it looked like somebody took somebody else's arms and put it on somebody else's body. His arms look functional, like they're extremely big. Like I think his nickname was Superman. While he was playing ball, but I don't even know why Royce hopped in that conversation, girl. Like.
Anything to bash her baby dad, she gonna be the first one to do it. She was saying that how he's not there for their son, and people was coming at her about her sons. We talked about Royce's son's situation where he was messing with a 5-year-old and an alleged it was a younger child too than that.
Yeah, he was exhibiting some inappropriate behavior with a younger child. That they said was actually a sexual deviant. I believe those was the words, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. Allegedly, it was sexual deviant behavior.
Versus in the comments arguing with people and basically saying that incident happened in Dwight's house. So people was dragging Royce for the son cutting up. But she said it happened at Dwight's house under his supervision. So,
but it doesn't matter whose supervision. I think that's really asinine of her to say that because at the end of the day, you are the primary parent. So the majority of what that child is learning is coming from you and your household. So therefore, it's just like my child. I can send my child to someone's house, and if my child does something inappropriate at someone's house, they're not to blame. For they're to blame for not watching and maybe not, but my child.
Royce, though, we did blame Royce. Everybody blamed Royce.
As they should. They should have blamed her. I don't think they should have blamed her.
He's not responsible.
No, he's not. Because he did not want her or that baby. He didn't want her or that baby, and she knew that. First of all, this chalks it up to having kids. Did you know what Royce's future is? This is Tristan Thomas, baby mother, a couple of years down. Because when a man, he don't want that baby. So therefore, he don't want you or that baby. So therefore, just because he's going to be giving you a check because he's obligated to, but he's not going to want to be around that child. He's not going to want to be around you. And yeah, we can say, oh, both of them took time to make it. But at the end of the day, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. You knew that man didn't want you. You knew that you were a hidden secret. You knew you was a hidden figure, bitch. You knew that. When you was messing with him, you knew your relationship was secret. You knew you couldn't mention his name. You knew what it was before you sat there and got pregnant by this man and produced a child and then brought a child in this situation to where the father's not around as much. So now you're sitting there, oh, but my child's being neglected. No, you're stupid. Your child's just paying for your stupidity. That's it. Because you shouldn't have had a baby by a man that didn't want you.
Royce was boy crazy back in the day. Royce was a little boy crazy. And whenever her baby dad name comes up in the press, she always bashes him. But you always have to keep in mind that's your partner. Y'all have a child together. And we're going to talk about putting stuff on social media that don't need to be on social media later on when we talk about Keke. But I just feel like the public bashing, like, when does it stop? It just seemed like every opportunity. And I think she wanted to clear her name, though, because a lot of people was blaming her.
But clear what? What are you clearing? It's still, at the end of the day, you are the primary parent. Whatever. That's like if my child goes to the park and do something, I'm going to blame the park. Oh, my God, the park. It was that. No. If your child, I don't care where your child is, the responsibility falls on you. You are the primary parent. What is going on that your child feels comfortable doing this? And you can't really, but if he's just visiting the father, I can see if he lived with the father and Dwight was the primary parent and he did this at Dwight's house, then we could say, hey, Dwight, what's going on? But if he's visiting and you're doing this while you're visiting, no, I'm not going to have my eye on the kid 24/7. But I wouldn't be expecting that you sitting there down to the thing, SAing a child that's smaller than you.
Yeah.
You don't
parents expect their child to be doing that.
No, you're not going to suspect it, but I'm saying things happen. But I don't think we can blame both of them, but I think more so the blame falls on the mother. The mother is where the child lives at. This is something that's going on because some kids, some people, are born.
Be a part of certain situations. Alleged member of the LGBTQIA community undercover, allegedly.
Yeah.
That's what the people are saying. So maybe, I mean, I'm not saying certain things is passed down. I don't know.
No, but he could be freaky, but I don't think just because you undercover a DL, I don't think that it makes you a sexual deviant. You understand what I'm saying? Some people are born.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying just that.
No, I'm just saying like it could be a lot of stuff going on because Royce had that man around her child. What happened with the wait, because didn't they say something at that time? I do believe it was her boyfriend's at the time child.
Yeah, it was one of Ray says the incident happened with Royce's ex's son.
Right. And so the ex's son was at the White House too? Why would her ex-son be at the White House?
But that's what I'm just saying what she said.
She's just running in circles trying to avoid the responsibility, girl. This falls on you. I don't give a damn who house it was at. The blame, don't try to clear it up. You should stand up and take responsibility and say, look, I don't know what's going on with my son. I did not raise him to do that. I don't know where he saw this is at, but we're taking proper steps to handle the situation and we're getting him the help that he needs. That's what should have been said. It shouldn't have been a blame game because at the end of the day, we blame you. I blame you, mother. You a mother. I'm a mother. But I blame you.
Into it because Dwight wasn't even talking about their son together. Dwight was talking about the son that was in the video, which he has by somebody else. That was not Royce's son because Royce's son looks like her. So, and that was not Royce's son in the video. So
of course she's going to say something. She's jealous.
Type of way. Yeah, I think she was a little bit jealous because he's spending more time with those kids over there and not with her son.
But this is what women are some women are so stupid. Why would you have a baby by a man that doesn't claim you? What do you think is going to happen to your child? Like this is actually Tristan Thomas and that woman that years from now, because that woman is consistent. Yeah, you went and slept with him. Yeah, he was being a whore and slept with you. You giving up the coochie, he's going to take it. But you end up getting pregnant. So now it comes time for you to use your common sense. So now it comes time for you to say, should I have this baby for money and have my child raised up being neglected and having his feelings hurt and looking on TV and on Instagram and on this for the rest of his life, seeing him with his other kids that he like and then feeling neglected? Or should I go do what I need to be done? Girl, you shouldn't have had that baby. Because at the end of the day, who suffers? And as parents, we hurt for our kids when our kids don't even know they're hurt. we get upset. Like our kids could be cradle babies that don't even know, arm babies that don't know what's going on. And if the father don't show up or don't come around, oh, you're neglecting the baby. That baby don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because we feel some type of way.
The babies. We got to talk about Monique and her long suffering marriage. Chris looked like he's losing a little bit of weight.
A little bit. He lost a lot.
Ever since the divorce. So they are still living in the same. He's working on. I've been seeing him in the video. So Monique recently opened up about her divorce, and I just want to play a little audio from what she said. Let me see.
Are going through a divorce. I was not planning on sharing this information until it was finalized. So I actually filed back in April 14th. We had a mediator like throughout this whole process. And when we felt like we got to a point where it was like, okay, we pretty much on the same page with moving forward with things. I did go to the courthouse and file. So a lot of information that was like put out there, it was put out there, number one, while I was on vacation. I was on a meditation retreat in Costa Rica. Y'all want to know what I'm drinking. I'm drinking.
Well, she rambling a little bit, but she goes on to say that they are getting a divorce. She's bought a new home. She's working on renovating that home, but while they're divorcing, they're still living in the house together, raising the kids together. They're going to co-parent. She said that she was miserable and she saw herself, lashing out on screen. And then that's when she decided to get a divorce. And for me, watching them as a couple, I always felt like Chris felt like he could throw money at a situation to make it better. And that's not really what she was asking for. I think that she was lacking that intimacy. And I think he's just really old school, like here's some money and you fix it.
This is another example of you get what you pay for. Like I hate when women do this. Like you want to sit there and play these games. Like stop playing these games. Like you know what you was getting into. Like when women marry these football players and basketball players and stuff like that, 8 times out of 10, you know what you signed up for. And I'm not saying you're wrong for leaving. When you get tired of what you signed up for, leave. But what I'm saying is let's not pretend that you didn't know what you signed up for. A lot of times those guys are pampered. Those guys are catered. A lot of times they're only marrying you is because you agreed to do certain things. You agreed to this situation. You agreed to me throwing money at the situation. You agreed to, and at least he threw money at the situation. When you sat there and said that you were tired and I can't watch kids, well, I'll pay for a babysitter. I'll make sure I had that. Yeah. He seemed like he was very accommodating to her and very and he was willing to change.
But she didn't want him, like we said before.
She did not want him. For a man being stuck in his ways and an old school man raised by a mother that looks just like him and he looks just like his mother. Mm-hmm. This for men and for him to try to compromise, and you saw him compromising and trying. That's why I'm like, I want them off of TV because I like Monique and me seeing her reaction to him. Trying to change is making me like look at her in a different light, and I wanted them.
We shouldn't judge other people's relationship like that because the cameras. We only see a certain part of their relationship. We don't see them, their whole dynamic.
But she was making us. She was going to make us see the whole dynamic. That's what was so annoying because she wanted to talk about it every second. She wanted to get her point. She was well versed and getting her point across. She was saying what it was. She wanted to say what it was. That's what was annoying. And he was saying,
and she's still doing
like, look,
airing it out.
Yeah, he's trying. Like he was trying to change. Like, what do I need to do? Like, what do I need to do? It's going to be hard for a man like that to change. And he was willing to at least work. I don't know, what's going on in their marriage. They need to get divorced, whatever. But what I'm saying is, but was seemingly on the camera, he looked like he was willing to bend and willing to change because he wanted his wife. That's what he made it seem like.
In some ways.
But stop marrying these football players and stop marrying these basketball players and these men that as of a certain echelon and think that you're I'm gonna marry and then say, oh, things are not working. Girl, you know what you signed up for. Play your role or get out.
They're like the next person on the docket and they're perpetrating a fraud and they're not upper echelon as what they say they are. So we got to talk about bar none for a minute.
He's like, I'm too
Because
sexy
bar
for
none,
my bed. Too sexy for my bed. Too sexy.
And all these poses that he's doing. Peter is on the docket again because he owes $400,000, over $400,000 in back rent on Bar None in Miami, and they want to collect. So he's about to be evicted out of there. And this, I don't know what number eviction this is or failed restaurant, because he just continues to fail. He does well for a while. Like the places be popping, it'll be people in there, but for whatever reason, the business always falls through. I don't know what it is about Peter and his. Well, I do know what it is. He has shady business practices. They say he running a Ponzi scheme, allegedly, out of his bars and stuff. One of the workers exposed him on Tasha K Live and did a whole interview talking about how he used to manipulate the books and hold money and not pay the workers.
Yeah, but what she was saying, some things that she was saying was a little far-fetched for me. She was saying that like the workers were homeless, like basically they were living in a restaurant. And I'm like, if I'm working for a place to whereas I became homeless by I'm working and I became homeless while working because due to me not receiving my paycheck, I'm not going to continue working at the place. I'm not showing up to sleep. Like I'm not moving in the restaurant like, well, you know, I lost my home because I've been working here without a check. So I'm going to just move on in the restaurant.
Some people will do that because number one, they don't have the skills to go anywhere else. Number two, maybe they just don't want to look for another job. So they just probably stick it out because he probably promising them that he going to get them their check. But he keep every day is the next week that he gonna get a check. So
no, I can understand sticking it out because sometimes you be like, all right, this is my boss, he's gonna pay me, and you want to stick out. But I'm saying till it comes to the point of homelessness, if I'm supposed to have, that means that you wasn't getting paid. It takes about 3 months for them to sit there and try to evict you for not paying rent. Like you need to back up. So 3 months you sat there, not got you hadn't gotten paid. Your rent is piling up. Your other bills is obviously piling up because I believe the first thing that you would pay is your rent because that's the first thing you want to pay because you could be in the dark. I can lock my doors. You don't know if I got lights or you don't know if I got cable because my doors are closed. Let me pay my rent first. So that's going to be the first thing that you cover. So when the first thing that you cover, you can't afford to pay due to non-payment of your job. I am not showing up and saying, well, I'm going to move into the job. And she said that people were there literally sleeping on the floor and that she was, and that Peter would tell her, like, who you think you are, a social worker? And he probably said in his Jamaican accent too. He's probably said, well, you think you are? You think you're a social worker? Get these people from off my floor. Like he probably got, you know, it was like, that's crazy to me. So that's why some things she was saying, I could believe something.
I want to say that Peter does not pay his employees.
No, but he does conduct shady, allegedly shady business. Like his restaurants are always closing. Like it's not me, it's you. Like what's going on? Like why your business is always
like a cycle. He's a professional scammer. I don't know how he's going to get out of this $400,000 in rent. He might file for bankruptcy. To get, you know, like he always do, and then come back later with somebody else's money. Because, you know, he took Cynthia money and he had the bar none in Atlanta. And when that fell through, Cynthia was like, I ain't give you no more money and we getting a divorce. So
Cynthia said, I will divorce you to avoid from saying no. like I'm not, I can't even tell you.
I can't afford you no more.
Like, I'm going to just divorce you. Like, I'm not going to even tell you no more. I'm going to just divorce you.
So, congratulations goes to the Brat and Jessica they just had their baby.
Aww.
And they got the pictures all over social media already.
The half-white baby?
The half-white baby. You can tell the baby half-white. Let me, because People Magazine already got the exclusive.
That's damn shame. When your baby become a business, that's crazy. I know about making money or whatever like that, but first of all, you shouldn't even show your baby pictures like that. Like And my baby, you don't see my baby for at least 6 months.
I already saw baby pictures. Let me see. I'm gonna show you.
That's what I'm saying. You don't show your baby picture out like that.
I'm gonna show you the screenshot. They're already putting the baby pictures out there. But congratulations on your half-white baby.
People don't even do stuff right anymore. Like, you are not supposed to. People have babies and they just put the babies on the internet. Pictures. You're not supposed to show them babies like that. The picture. You ever heard of the evil eye? Like, people, like, you don't put your baby. Like, that's why Bill even posted my kids. Like, don't even be in my business. Like, now.
I didn't see the face yet. I saw the hand, the feet.
Yeah, don't post that baby face. Like, don't post. I don't think they should post the baby face. Like, don't post the baby face.
It's too early.
Yeah, but if they was, you know, they have to post to keep, you know, the engagement. Don't show the baby face because you don't need nobody looking at your baby and looking into your baby's eyes. Like, you don't want that. Like, I barely show my kids. I barely show my husband. Like, I put like one picture up. People are like, oh, you still, yep. Like, and he right upstairs. He don't go away. He right by my hip at all times. You may not see him, but he did. Like, but I don't put him there. He did. Mm-hmm.
Who's next? Let's talk about Britney getting slapped and nobody did anything about it, including her husband.
I can't believe a white woman was slapped.
A white woman was slapped.
A white woman was slapped in America. And
in America. And y'all really don't give a damn about Britney. y'all
just did Britney.
It wasn't a protest. It wasn't I don't know what her fans are called, the Britney Hive. Y'all didn't come after
the black nobody. People was outraged. How you want to smack Britney, bitch? Like, it's Britney, bitch. How you want to smack her? Like, the blacks was mad. The blacks.
So
the blacks was mad because I'm one of the blacks that was mad.
You was mad? So Britney is on the docket for getting slapped by his security. What's his name?
He has a funny long last name. There was a lot going on in that last name.
Webenyama. I hope I'm saying it right.
Webenyama.
So I guess he African or something. But
yeah, you know, he played basketball, y'all.
So the incident happened where Britney saw him at an event, and then she saw him again at another venue. And then she ran towards him. And I'm going to show you all the video because we have the video footage of her getting slapped. Because from up until now, we were just hearing from somebody's firsthand account and we didn't really see the slap. So let's get the actual footage up of her getting slapped because she made it sound worse than what it was. Because TMZ always go, I don't know who worked with the TMZ or what they're paying. But TMZ always gets the exclusive. I think I need to work for them. If I could get paid to be nosy, that's what I would do. So this is her walking up and getting slapped, trying to touch him as he's walking out. Security slapped her, backhanded her in the face. And then when they realized it's Britney, then they tried to switch it up and say that they were sorry. I think I can put audio. Let me see. I don't know if y'all can hear it. I don't think there is audio. But this is the footage of her getting slapped. And her husband came out and said that he does not support violence. So we have another man not defending his wife. I don't think this guy came out and apologized. It wasn't really his fault. It was the security fault. But I don't think that he was apologetic. I think that he was annoyed. He was trying to go, and Britney just
he's old.
He's a basketball player. And
yeah, so she
was a fan, and she wanted to.
I think the security just swatted back, and then this is what Britney gets really.
Out of the pop princess.
I was upset that it happened. He slapped her glasses off. She tried to act like she spent around and fell down and got trapped in a curtain and got hung. She tried to act like all that happened. But I think she like turned around
and she did not go good. She could have took it way further and sued him his whole brand could have been messed up if Britney Spears decided that she.
But what are you
suing
for? For you running down on him and he swatted at her because he probably gets like that is a threat. Like just because this is what Britney Spears get for dressing like that. Because first of all, you're out there looking like that. This is why they didn't even know that you was Britney Spears. This is why you was a white woman in America getting slapped the way you got slapped and nobody gave a damn. Because look how you present yourself. You are presenting.
Her. He just
he swatted like a swat, like back up.
Her, but
he wasn't even looking at. It was like a swat, like back because you look like the average bum. Like you look like the average person running down. I would have swatted you too. Like, what are you doing? We didn't know who you was, Britney. Like, you look horrible. Like, Britney needs to go out there and just comb that ratty hair, do something, get some Pantene. I don't even know if they still sell Head and Shoulders, but she needs to do something and get a nice deep wash, a condition, and maybe a bleach bath. She needs a bleach bath too. She needs to have some bleach in that water.
Why did he not defend her?
He don't give a damn.
Britney's husband did not defend her at all. So
he did not give a damn. And you see how the security and how tall he was. He was like, first of all, he probably was like, I told you not to run up there behind him. Because she probably saw him and said, oh, it's such and such. You know, her accent, she probably said, oh my God, she's such and such. And he was like, don't go over there, Britney. I'm going. I'm Britney, bitch. And then she went down there and she went to go tap him. Then he swatted her and then her glasses flew off. And she's like, oh, geez, I was just trying to get an autograph. And like she said all this, but I like Britney. Ever since Britney cursed her kids out to all be damned, I was like, this is my type of white girl. When she told them kids to put some respect.
A parent cussing at their kid. This coming from my soul.
I was here
just
for
so when Kurt Franklin cussed out his son.
No, I was here for it because them kids was out of control. Britney had to tell them, I am your mother. You will do what I say. If I tell you to put some lotion on your face because your face is coarse, she said because your face is coarse. You know, I guess coarse is ashy for white people. Your face is coarse. And I tell you to put some lotion on there, you put lotion on there, okay? So I was like, oh, this is my type of white girl. I fucks with you, Britney. Hard body, the long way is Britney, bitch. I fucks with her. But it's a lot going on with these men not protecting their women.
And let's talk about Nene begging once again to be back on Housewives. Begging. On social media, talking with TMZ. They talking about trying to shade Bravo with the ratings and the being low and everything because the ratings are lower. But then she was talking about how she want to come back and all this, this, that, and the third. And she can make the cast better and the fans want her back and she'll do it for the fans.
She'll do it for the check.
She'll do it for herself. Like, she wants to be back on the show.
She needs to be back on the show. Not that she wants to be back on the show.
I'm sick of Nene begging to be on the show. I mean, granted,
is the Lenithia Lounge still open?
Let's look it up because I don't even know.
I heard that was closed. I heard
nobody. I live in Atlanta. I heard nobody say, "Let's go to the Lenithia tonight."
Right, because before the Lenithia was popping, because I was like, I'm going to. That was giving you
people like to go to see people. A lot of celebrities open restaurants here in Atlanta, and people like to go to see what it's like. Once they see what it's like, they don't come back.
But the ambiance, what Nene was giving and what she was showing at the Lenithia, it was the ambiance. It was the cigars.
In a strip mall. It was in a strip mall. And you still had to pay for parking in a public strip mall. So a lot of people was getting upset and they was charging for ice. And people was getting upset and they did not want to pay those prices. They said the food wasn't that great. Mm-mm. That's what the people are saying.
I heard the Lenithia shut down. Like, at this point, she needs Bravo. Like I said, she's not coming back for the fans. She's not coming back to save the show. She's coming back for her own personal.
let's confirm it. The Lanithia Lounge, it says permanently closed.
Yeah, I heard it was closed.
Yeah, the Lanithia Lounge, and it had 3 stars.
You know, but the vibe that she was putting up on the screen, like it was like the smoky lounge, it was jazz playing in the background. You never know who would stop by. You know, people were saying, "Hey, it's you!" Hi. You was pointing from across the room. You know, doing that. It was a lot going on. It looked like it was a place to be. But like I said, she needs to come back for a financial gain. She does not want to come back for these fans. She needs this check. What is Nene doing? And who is hiring Nene? Nene has become a liability. Let's be clear. Because of what she did to Andy and Bravo, and why she's saying what she said about the racism and all this stuff.
For this, a chicken strip on some grits. This is at the Lanithia Lounge.
I made that for my cat.
And then you got a chicken strip on it, and you charge her how much?
That looked like the food I cooked for my cat. That's horrible.
With some eggs, it looked like some eggs on it. This is breakfast. I can go to Waffle get more than this. While she was, but Nene,
bottom line, Nene needs this paper. She needs this Skrilla. She's trying to get Rilla so she could get the Skrilla because
I think
no one's hiring her. Who's messing with her?
That's what it was.
What TV company is going to hire Nene? What TV company is going to seek Nene out after what she did? You're a liability. As soon as things don't go your way, you're going to say, "I'm on drugs."
You better
like the people are not going to hire her. No one's going to work for her.
Beg Andy, apologize to Andy, suck his toe.
That's her best bet. The only way that Nene is going to get a job that I believe messing with TV, other than doing like BET and those crazy like uphills and stuff like that, to get a permanent gig on TV is to go kiss Andy Cohen's behind. You go kiss up to him.
They are not cleaning the bathrooms at the Lanithia. They weren't cleaning the bathrooms.
Ooh, man.
Full footage of the bathrooms. I just see deviled eggs. I see regular stuff on her menu. It's just not. It's not high class stuff that you're charging them for. It's like I see deviled eggs, grits, and with a chicken strip on it. You could have. You don't like candy, but you could have with the candy and from Old Lady Gang get some recipes or something. Ray said y'all don't clean the bathrooms. It's horrible. So let's move on. Let's see.
Yeah, but Nene, you know you was better off.
She had a good bag, but your big head got in the way and got in the way of your bag. Faith Evans and Stevie J settled their divorce. Finally. So allegedly, Stevie J was seeking alimony payments. Allegedly, he was this is what I heard. Let me put the screenshot of what I heard. So this is a rumor, y'all. This is not factual. We don't know yet. So what was being reported was that he was seeking alimony. Nobody reported that he got it. But the streets and the people in the community are saying that Faith Evans was ordered to pay Stevie J $1 million in alimony. So I don't know if it's 1 million as the whole amount, or 1 million a year, or 1 million a month.
I hope it's $1 million. I hope it's $1 million straight up, and that she could leave him alone. I hope because this.
But why does she have to pay him? Why does she have to pay him?
She makes more money than she has more money than him.
Was he living off of her during their whole marriage?
I do believe so because she has the money. What is Stevie J really doing? You're not down to Bad Boy scratching and mixing or singing like you got a shit. Like, you know, because he always singing, and they be sitting there acting like Stevie could sing. Like, boy, you look like you on the toilet. You look like you was very much on the toilet. Hey, twin. You know, that's my Gemini sister, Faith. I'm glad she got out of this relationship because it could be a red rum scene because don't mess with her. You know, Faith is she
went through with it because a lot of time with Stevie J, y'all like to go back and forth, and then finally, when y'all had enough, then y'all get into y'all queen, y'all soft era, and then y'all want to divorce him and get rid of him like Mimi and all the others did, Jocelyn.
I don't think Faith was ever in her soft girl era. Faith is just
her soft girl era.
I don't think she ever was. I don't think she know what the soft girl era is. I don't know what she know what the soft girl life is. Because Faith is just really about that life. People
I
light skin.
would never get past Mary J. Blige.
They let the light skin fool you. See, Faith is one of the light skin that will get with you real quick. They let the light skin fool you. Faith is not to be played with.
She's definitely hood. She's definitely
not to be played with.
And they used to do lines together, allegedly.
But I think this was like a hoop dream for Stevie. You know how he was probably back in the studio back in the day looking at Faith. Faith was fine. And could sing, could write. She was doing a lot of writing, and Faith was on the scene for a while before she became the Faith Evans. She was doing a lot of writing and doing a lot of demo singing for people. I remember she used to be in the studio. But I think this was just like he wanted her then, and that he probably never got a chance to get her. And now that he had the chance, he took it. But this was a disaster waiting to happen. And I'm just
like, messing around back then. We never know.
Because that jacket that he had on did look like she gave him Biggie jacket.
She did give him Biggie jacket. So I think they was probably messing around on the low.
Yeah, but she did say she was eating niggas' ass. She was on the originals.
Says that she said that she never should have married him. That's what they all say at the end when Stevie J ran through your mind, got you over here stressed out. I know they was going back and forth for a long time, and something happened with the car. It was like a whole bunch of issues they was going through. But I think when that power to get involved, it just makes it
like my second. I ain't singing nothing new. Faith was like, I don't got time to be singing nothing new. I'm.
Stevie J tried to make a song for Faith like Ralph did Drew.
Right.
But it didn't work.
Stevie's part.
What that meant paying him later. What do you mean paying him later? Like in relations?
No, she probably wanted his money later. No, Stevie, he probably wanted some money. Stevie's a hustler.
Speaking of hustler, let's go on and talk about the number one hustler. He don't steal. It ain't stealing.
It ain't cheating.
You know what I'm talking. You know who I'm talking about. It ain't stealing. It ain't cheating. It ain't cheating. I don't know what you saw. If I see on it. We gotta
go and see me at the airport. It ain't cheating.
It ain't cheating. It ain't stealing. Oh, we gotta talk about your boy Rocky, Latasha's husband, spotted out in the streets with a alleged mistress in a bodysuit at the airport. Let me pull this.
Hey, Mo.
Why you got on a bodysuit though? Like, I mean. Maybe. Is that what we wear into the airports? Is that what y'all wear? So
I have no idea.
This is definitely Rocky. Leg, hip, and body.
I remixed the song for Lataco. Baby, it's no secret that your man is cheating. And none of us is blind. You might be in denial. I think I'm gonna remix that song for her because Rocky. Well, is it cheating at this point?
Well, we don't know what the arrangement is, so at this point, it has to be some type of arrangement. But if the arrangement is not, don't humiliate me, don't embarrass me, then you failed miserably. Because
I heard earlier that somebody said allegedly that she was a backup. She worked for Tasha, was a backup dancer or something. I was like, she's a backup praise dancer. She better not have been a backup praise dancer.
Gospel Motown is thinking right now with all of these allegations popping up on their gospel artists. I just don't see it being good for her career. She said they had an open marriage. I didn't believe her when she said it simply because of the timing.
Yeah, you said that
timing was weird.
Girl came out with orders
after he was exposed. Yeah, it was a backup praise dancer.
Yeah, they was like,
It
it's a
wasn't
back. I was like,
a
that's a
spirit
backup
that was
praise dancer,
moving her.
child.
So Rocky is actually caught up. But if it's an open marriage, why is Rocky always out here with a woman and we never see her with another man? If it's an open marriage, we never see her with somebody, but we always catching him out in the public with a mistress.
But I wonder what her mother is saying since she was so defensive and so like
The
I would
mother
love
so delusional that she could tell her mother anything. That's the nanny. That's
right. I would love.
the
I just want to see the mother in her wig and see what she got to say. Like that, because you like so delusional. Like this is crazy.
Yeah, and she tried to recant that whole open marriage thing because the gospel community ripped her to shreds because in the gospel community, like an open marriage is kind of like frowned upon. It's not really like a Christian. You try to put out a Christian album, and then you want to say that you had a open marriage. The saints ripped you to shreds. Then you had to come back and say, "No, I didn't mean it like that." She did. I do remember that. It was a lot of back and forth. She was trying to clean it up.
She was, and like she needed Olivia Pope, or she needed a good publicist because girl, that's like you come out and you say things, and a lot of times I'm like, who are they publicists? It's just like with JT's situation when she said that she slapped Uzi with that phone because of a seat. That don't even make any sense, girl. Because if I'm a producer, if I'm looking at them, like, girl, you wilding out like that over a seat, I don't even want to work with you. So it'd be the lies for me. Yeah, like that's the only reason. She said that it was an open marriage, not knowing, girl, you know why? Because she never intended on doing a gospel song. She was trying to make this gospel song her R&B breakthrough. So she wasn't even thinking in the gospel realm when she said that, because being a gospel artist and coming from the church, you already know that's a no-go for you saying some open marriage. You say open marriage, like, whoop. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a no-go.
If you have an open marriage, it wouldn't appear that you're sneaking. And it seemed like
right, you just got to cheat like regular people in church. Like in church, you just got to go creep with the deacon, go creep with the person in the first view like regular people. You can't sit there and openly do it. You got to
I think she's giving Wendy Usefa on the side. But like a really cheap Sheen outfit. It doesn't look that expensive with a knockoff. It's giving Sheen. But it could be Rainbow or Charlotte. Is Charlotte Russe still open?
Are they?
Wet Seal.
Oh my God, Wet Seal. I remember Wet Seal.
Oh,
that is cool.
It's looking real cheap.
Wet Seal used to have some good costume jewelry. Now you could go there and find a good pair of hoops now.
Well, she was giving Wendy Usefa on the side. Maybe
Wendy like, don't put me in it.
Who else do we have on this deck? Larsa Pippen. We got to talk about Larsa.
But before we get to Larsa, being that we were talking about Latasha and her husband, it recently came out that that Tamika had recently had a restraining order against Latasha and her husband, and she said she had a restraining order on both of them. So I was like, what?
I was one of the people in Tamika DM telling her husband was weak because the husband should have come up. The husband should have went to Rocky house and told him about himself and let him know not to mess with his wife. I'm the one in the DMs is saying your husband weak as hell. Why he letting you out here? You got to get a restraining order. You scared for your life, and he just sitting there, and he's security.
That's what's crazy.
His wife.
He's large, he's huge, and your security. Your job is to secure, and you're not even securing your wife now. Because that was my sentiments. Like, why does Rocky feel so comfortable to disrespect Tamika, to threaten Tamika, to blatantly threaten her? And her husband is so large, and he's security. Like, you literally could say security, and then he come running out. Like, I did not understand that. Like, even your husband is a punk, or what?
Situation. You're not defending y'all women. It's It's weird. It's getting weird.
You couldn't threaten my wife like that, or you couldn't even say, you know, or try to expose a sex tape of hers by like that's disgusting. I would have had to go over there and knock on Rocky's door and tell him.
Especially with when the sex tape stuff came out, you should have went to his house and let him know about
a knock at that door.
Knock at the door at 1 o'clock in the morning. Got your wife out here scared, putting out restraining orders against her sister and the husband. It's temporary.
Yeah.
So it's not forever, but it's the temporary.
Yeah, she said she had to do it on the sister because the way the paperwork was set up, like they would combine the names, I guess, on the paperwork.
She said she didn't want her husband in jail. So I mean, if you get a ninja mad enough, a ninja gonna do what a ninja needs to do. I'm sorry. If you get a ninja mad enough, he'll show up at your house.
We're not going to jail for I'm not going to jail for
if I need to. If I well.
But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to go to jail for putting a person in their place. I think that his bodily presence is intimidating enough.
No, you don't have to necessarily do nothing illegal.
Yeah, because you can sit there and just
waste your wife and have your wife on social media crying because her picture being switched with her sister and she got to get a restraining order and she don't have her money still. Then I took the money. Rocky spending the money that he stole on the mistress with the bodysuit in Las Vegas. So it's a shame. I don't like it. I don't like to see the people in these circumstances.
Yeah, I don't even. And I like Tamika, and I feel that, you know, that's sad. As a woman, you want to feel protected, and you want to feel like even if I didn't want my husband in jail, at least say something to this fool because this fool is sitting there threatening me. He already robbed me. You know what I'm saying? Now,
but you threatened a woman. He threatened a woman. And
that's it, but how do you feel comfortable like that? Just comfortably threatening.
And you could have had a conversation with him. You didn't have to necessarily put hands on him. It might have led to hands, but if y'all both from the streets, it's not gonna come to police charges, right? Y'all can handle it and be done with it, right? Or am I just thinking too much into the situation?
I don't know. Rocky neck. Oh my God, I'm moving my neck.
I don't know what it is about him that make y'all feel like he's just so intimidated. He looked weird to me. He wouldn't intimidate me. Unless he had like
intimidating to me. I don't know what everybody's so scared of. Like, and I don't know what these women are for. Like, you have to show me. Like, you're not gonna lie to me and tell me that, oh, we gonna promise me this and we gonna do this and no, Negro. You're gonna have to show me.
But this is a temporary restraining order. It's really not doing nothing. If Rocky want to send somebody to your house, he can do that. It's that piece of paper not doing nothing. The police not protecting you in this.
Right, and obviously y'all scared.
Y'all scared. So if you're feeling unsafe in your own home to where you need to get a restraining order, your husband should have went over to his house and talked to him man to man. That's just my opinion. I told her husband weak.
Child. Oh my God. He out here securing Tyler Perry and not you. Girl, bye.
But Rocky doing this, he threatening women. I mean, what happened to the old days when men used to check other men for messing with their girl? I mean, in my old school, Rocky is small. He don't throw hands. He uses weapons out. Well, you might have to get a weapon.
But you might have to get a weapon. Like I might have to show up, and if I know that this is what you do, I'm gonna be prepared. And I'm gonna have to, but I'm not gonna sit there and look like a big oversized punk because at this point you are just.
How are you sleeping at night and your wife is going through all this?
How is your wife sleeping next to you? I don't even give a damn. What I say, if my sister's husband has been harassing me, been stealing from me, I don't give a damn if I tell you, no, babe, I don't want you to go to jail. You better get up and go to jail. I mean, you better get up and act like you better do something like act like you're going to protect me because obviously this woman's scared and he's scared too.
The paper does protect them if they have to lay hands on Rocky and then they don't go to jail. It's a temporary restraining order, though. It can be lifted. It's okay. We can agree to disagree over here, Princess. I understand. Like, Princess' stance is that her babe will do something to somebody else and she don't want him to go to jail and yada. I get that.
That's
but
some
if
punk
this
ass
man
bull.
is disrespectful,
Because that's some punk. That's some punk.
That. But as a man, if somebody disrespected your wife,
I can't lay down with you. I'm giving you coochie, and you're sitting there letting this man disrespect me, and I'm sitting there no because I don't want you to go. You don't have to go to jail to put a motherfucker in his place, nigga. You ain't gonna go to jail over the phone. At least call him. Did you pinch bitch?
Can we get a verbal cuss out?
Like, did you at least pinch the bitch? Like, you didn't even pinch nobody. Like, call you could have called.
Are we just like on one over here at the MASE Shady Show?
No, like you could have called and said something like, for you, I can't even sleep with you at night if you're not protecting me. I don't feel my coochie is safe because you would sit there and just allow anything to happen to it. So I'm not gonna even I can't sleep with you. Like if you're not go there, knock on the door, make a phone call or say something. Like you're not gonna sit there. And it's not even about getting men, because a lot of women do that. They get men involved and set them up. And a lot of times these men be taken out because a woman sat there and tell, but this is not that type of case. This is your brother-in-law who is threatening you verbally.
I get that she stopped it, but like I said, if a ninja really wanted to do something, the ninja would have been
threatening my wife. He's sitting there threatening to expose my wife sexually, putting out a tape on my wife. That's a no-go. That's willing to the lady in your life. If you're not willing to die for nothing, you better be willing to die for me. Like straight, you better be straight up like that. You better be willing to die for me because I'm willing to die for you.
Really?
You better be willing to die for me. Mm-hmm. That's in the requirements. That's in the thing. I'm nobody's girlfriend. I'm a wife, and you better be willing to die for me because I'm willing to die for you. Like I said, I will fight over my man. Yes, sure will. I'll take a bitch head off for my man. Sure will. So don't play with him. Because I'm
talking about wife versus girlfriend, which is gonna lead us into our next topic, which was the main story for the whole week, and is still a story. Is the Keke Palmer and her baby daddy situation. Let me pull them up. I don't know where I did with their picture. Oh, here it is. So Keke Palmer, who is basically everybody's cousin. We love Keke. Everybody loves Keke.
You love Keke. And now that her face is cleared up after that baby, I'm telling you, she is taking that baby piss, that baby pamper, and rubbing it on her face.
She did. Her body is looking good. She's
good.
interviewing the vice president. She's getting major interviews. All of her interviews are going viral. She's a social media, like, not guru, but it's like every time she it goes viral.
Influencer.
We love Keke. We think she's
Keke
talented.
is everyone's little cousin, little family member, little niece. Like this is one young lady that we watch grow up in front of our eyes, who always stayed sort of clean. Like she always stayed out of the mess. She wasn't falling out of clubs, all that type of thing. The closest to the scandal that Keke was involved in is when Trey Songz had her cornered down to the closet at that party. That was like, the most of a scandal that Keke was involved in by no fault of her own. Like, just don't mess with me.
Keke was at the Usher. He's doing a residency in Vegas, and everybody that I know that has went to this Usher concert says how amazing it was. Rave reviews. Nobody has ever said anything negative about Usher's residency in Las Vegas. Everybody that I know personally has said it was an amazing, amazing show. So, and as you all know, serenading in the R&B community has been going on for years. It's been going on since the beginning of time. So Keke was on stage being serenaded by Usher.
It was her birthday.
And it was cute for what it was. And she was wearing it looked like a bikini black bikini underneath with a sheer cover up. It was given bikini, like bodysuit bikini style.
Yeah, it probably was like all of them. They make dresses like that now, like that has that little underlaying, and then the rest is sheer.
The sheer was really popular at the BET Awards. Y'all loved the sheer this summer. So her baby dad went on social media trying to blast her, but making himself look dumb. He said, what did he say verbatim?
He
You're
said,
a mom.
the dress though, and you're a mother.
You're a mom.
And you're a mom.
And the people dragged him for filth. And I'm going to let you speak on this first because I don't think people are going to agree with what I'm saying for the most part. But why don't you go first, Mace, on this?
Well, in my opinion, I don't feel any type of way about him saying it. But I think it's how he said it. I don't mind him saying it. I think that should have been a private conversation. He shouldn't have put that on blast and said it publicly because at the end of the day, you look like the freeloading boyfriend that tried to lock this child superstar millionaire down. Like by having nothing. Not to say that he doesn't have anything, but that's what it's looking like. Like, who are you and what do you do? Like, your brother's an actor, but what do? You know what I'm saying? So you to tell Keke what to wear. How are you going to tell her she's a mother? You're just jealous of Usher. I understand where he's coming from. If he's her man or whatever like that, he's looking and he's seeing her ass cheeks. He's seeing fine ass Usher. I was more concerned that a piece of Usher spit was going to fly down Keke's throat and ruin her for the rest of her life. That's what I was more concerned about. I wasn't concerned about this dress. I was concerned about how many people just walking around like it's nothing. Like, what the?
Y'all not going to get alleged bumpy to bump.
Yeah, allegedly. But just even on allegedly, this is why I say Tasha can't owe somebody that $4 million. Because once you say things like that, I'm looking at you for the rest of your life. Like, I don't care. Usher can come down and serenade me.
You're not going to get bumpy bumped if a piece of spit jumps off.
That's what I said. Like, they just act like nothing is going on. Like, Usher look good and everything, but he can't serenade me. So, I'll go back, Usher. I'll pass. Like, But I think the boy was just he probably was just a little jealous and got into his feelings, and said something, but he should have kept it private. Keke, this is what you get for reaching down, and dating a bus driver. In the words of Deputy K. Williams, because they would say like this is bus driver-ish compared to her, compared to Keke, basically. So like, what happens sometimes when you date? Sometimes you have to date people that's equally on your level, because this is the thing. Because they're not going to be together. This is going to, I think,
follow each other on social media.
Destroy their relationship. Nobody wants to hear that you're broke, because you know what the GPQ public is going to be telling this boy. Why are you borrowing Keke? You broke. You don't even work. What do? Keke's paying for the bills. She's in charge. She pay the bills. Don't say nothing. You don't got a voice because you don't make the money that she make. How do you think that's going to feel on a man? You know what I'm saying? Hearing this, when he put himself in that position by saying it, but he's not going to be able to handle that. Men are weak a lot. They're not going to be able to handle people coming at them, calling them broke, saying that they're a freeloader, saying that you're just using Keke and Keke needs to dump you and stuff like that. You'll just sometimes be like, you know what, just it's not worth all the work. But Keke is monetizing off it. She took a page out of Candy Book, and she does have these cute sweatshirts that says, "I'm a mother." So she didn't address it. But she did address it. She did literally address it.
Just giving my opinion on it. I do see both sides in the situation. Firstly, on Keke's side, she's your baby mom, she's your girlfriend, but she's not your wife. So you really don't have too much to say unless you put a ring on it, in my opinion. And secondly, the way he said it, trying to blast her on social media was very childish, considering that this is your baby mom. I can see you having this conversation in private if you felt like she was dressing too overtly sexual and you don't like her booty cheeks out, because her booty cheeks were out. If you don't like her booty cheeks out, then you need to talk to her about that at the house. On his point of view, I can totally see why he would be upset. You know, her booty cheeks are out, but at the same time, she is an actress. She's a well-known public figure, and a lot of times actors or whatever, they have to play a role or whatever, so you can't get mad every time she kissed somebody in a movie or in a play. I know this is real life, but she wasn't kissing nobody. She was dressed sexily. I think she looked good. I'm not judging her for the outfit, but I do think that he just felt a certain type of way about it. Was he there when she got dressed?
Who knows?
Oh, it just wasn't a good look. It just wasn't a good look for him. Like, social media dogged him out because we love Keke. So social media dogged him out. He deleted his Twitter because Black Twitter was getting on him so bad. I think it blew up way bigger than what I thought it would, because I saw this post a while ago and I didn't think anything of it. I woke up the next day, it was first page news. Keke was all up through my timeline.
And you know why it blew up a lot, I think, too, as well? Because Keke did make after the Summer Walker and Meech, the Onions, after the Onions incident, Keke did do an interview, and she had said she would never address, the other woman or anything like that. And if something happens in her relationship, she don't want to address anything publicly. She would never address anything publicly, and that she likes to keep,
anything. She just kind of
she didn't. But what she was saying was like, if my, say anything publicly, like basically saying that she likes to keep her thing private. She's not going to let anybody, see her sweat. She's not acknowledging any of that. Everything is private, because she said, like, basically if her significant other do anything, she'll be like, he had a twin brother, that wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? Because she basically is going to ignore it. And for her to just make the statement about 2 weeks ago, now this your significant other is coming out publicly trying to shame you for a dress that you had on. I think the dress was I can see why he was upset, but even if he was her husband, you're not going to police my outfits. You're not going to tell me what to wear. I'm sorry. I ain't that type of submissive.
But also, this is a case of where he should be seen and not heard. Unfortunately, we need you to carry her purse when she get ready to go to the events. Carry her awards when they get too heavy for her, when she's at the awards.
We gotta stop saying that too. We gotta stop saying that, because we're gonna make that man. We're gonna make this man leave his woman, because by us saying stuff like that, that's causing heat. And I know she's going through it right now, because by us saying that alone, do you know what type of attitude this man has in the house? And that's probably taking it.
He started it.
He did start. You
should have texted her that instead of putting it on social media.
About saying it, but by us like calling him broke, saying like what he do. This is why when you of a certain class and if you wasn't already with that person, it's really difficult for you to date down. And not saying that he's down and thing, but date down financially. Hey, date down financially. Hey, sunshine. Because people are going to judge and they're going to call your man broke, like Whitney didn't like with Bobby and Whitney. Whitney like, is a star. So now every time they come out, they're taking Whitney picture, even though Bobby was a celebrity, but you're not Whitney Houston. So you're like Mr. Whitney Houston. So he didn't like that. There was a lot of jealousy, and then him start arguments with her for no reason, cheating on her to make himself feel good, to make himself feel adequate. It's going to be a lot of that, and I doubt if this relationship is going to last. After this, I
don't know if it will, but Keke will be fine. I mean, she's looking better and better and better.
She will be fine, but people can't take on people emotional. That's what I'm saying. People front all the time. They sit there and think, but you don't know how much she loved this man. What she's going through behind closed doors.
That's his fault. He shouldn't have opened that door. When you put social media in your relationship, you're letting so many people have an opinion on what y'all two have going on, and that's what be the demise of your relationship. That's
he should have.
Monique and Chris. Monique let a lot of people in her relationship, and a lot of people was making comments. And she loves the attention that she don't really care. She was willing to sacrifice her marriage, in my opinion, for fame. Because if you really want to keep your marriage, you will not be on any type of reality show unless you're the producer and you can create it however you want to create it.
This is just a sad scene because I know
that he did see the outfit before she left, complimented her, slapped her on the, you know what, and Usher was the issue. I mean, I would have been.
Usher was looking good. I got another video. Wait, I got the other video. Wait, I'm gonna show. I don't know if y'all can see it. Wait a minute.
Usher serenades people's lives. Usher serenades people's lives. So nobody, you know, it's like
can y'all see this?
Thing.
Can y'all see this? Look how open Keke was. Look at Usher. Look at him. Ooh.
But he did have no shirt on.
He had the big he was coming down the thing and he was all oiled up. I mean, Usher was all oiled up.
But if that was really, if you were secure in your relationship, Usher not having a shirt on wouldn't have mattered. Because I don't think she really wanted to be with Usher like that. She was just, you know, in the moment, you know, having fun. You know, you at the concert, he's singing to you or whatever.
I think he was just jealous. He was jealous and he let his jealousy get the best of him. And he couldn't say like, hey, you all over Usher. He probably just used the dress thing. Like, you got that dress on.
He used the Usher thing as an excuse.
Because he didn't mention Usher. He just used it. He said the dress.
He mentioned her outfit. So that's what made it seem like it was about the outfit because you mentioned the outfit. You didn't say nothing about Usher. So if it was really Usher and you didn't say it was Usher, that means you're a punk and you don't really want to confront him, but you want to attack her because you insecure about him. So
because there's no need to confront him. If it was about Usher, either way, he should.
You should have addressed Usher and said that I don't like you messing with my woman. You need to find single women.
But then he's not messing like girl. Like what? How you look telling Usher you came to my concert? I did not tell you like you came here. I did not go to your house. You came here.
I don't know. I'm just confrontational this week.
I'm just saying no. You just confrontational. Because like Usher, he couldn't even mention Usher if he wanted to. Because Usher did nothing wrong. So he probably just used the dress as an excuse.
He didn't do nothing wrong either.
Because he didn't do nothing wrong. Because Keke came to see him. Like you showed up to stay married. And you know it's your birthday. I'm trying to give you a show for your birthday. I'm singing happy birthday to you. And it's your birthday. He probably saw the connection. He saw Keke gushing, you know, and acting all giddy like a schoolgirl and probably got jealous. It's a natural reaction. But what he shouldn't have done is said it publicly. He could have texted her and hated. Like, such and such. He could have said what he said and hated on a text. He didn't have to say it publicly because now he has to do that backlash. And it's going to be terrible. Yeah.
So the last thing that we have to talk about is Beyonce, you know, and you know I'm gonna stick beside her, of course.
But what?
She's on the docket because her Pittsburgh.
Oh no, she's on the docket twice. Then because I got another story for Beyonce after this.
Conspiracy stories don't count.
It's not conspiracy.
Those fakes.
No, it's not a fake. It's not fake. It's very real. It's not fake. It's very real. It just happened actually. Even though we know, I know it's an alleged witch. I know that. I know that.
Allegedly tell lies. I'm not gonna tell lies.
No, I know that allegedly. I'm telling you.
It's late in Atlanta. It's getting late in Atlanta, so we just go talk about. It's late in Atlanta.
No, it's not lies. So, it's about Tasha K dragging. Did you see Tasha K dragging Beyonce? She's
dragging Tina Knowles.
Tina
but
and
Tina was I think I don't know what this. I think Tasha K was delighted that Tina Knowles was following her, so she took advantage of it and just talked about it. I think that's what it was.
No, it wasn't that. It's that she spoke about Blue Ivy, and then Tina started following her, obviously, after she spoke about Blue Ivy, because you would have known Tina Knowles is following you. You understand what I'm saying? So now
is more on social media than Beyonce is. If Beyonce is on social media, she uses a fake account.
Yeah, but what I'm saying as a Tasha K, she knows who's following her. She knows everybody who's following her, especially if it's a celebrity. You understand? So therefore, she would have been knew that Tina was following her if Tina was just following her. Tina started following her after the Blue Ivy situation to probably see who's this ugly hoe talking about my granddaughter. That's probably how that went. But and then Miss Tina posted the shady thing like, you can't break my soul, whatever. And Tasha K just felt that she had an opinion. She felt that Blue Ivy was very stiff, that Blue Ivy was not no canary. Even though I never saw Canary dance, all I heard was Canary name. I'm still trying to figure out how Canary looked.
Blue Ivy is a little bit stiff, but can you imagine dancing in front of a stadium full of that many people? Like let's give her a little bit of grace. Like,
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, especially to live up to my mother is beyond
people. And she's up there doing her thing, and she's not scared. She's not running off stage. I think Beyonce is getting Blue Ivy ready.
Prepared. She's getting her prepared. And I do believe Tasha's entitled to her opinion. Everybody, like, you cannot sit there and take over the opinions, Beyonce and Tina, and think like, if I think you're a witch, you're a witch. Like I'm saying, if I think you killed that dancer's cat,
yeah, this is Beyonce's internet.
I'm saying, but that's just my opinion. But that's an opinion, and you can't sit there and say that, oh, no one can't have a negative opinion on Beyonce or her daughter. Like, people are going to have these opinions.
Yes, you can. Y'all, nobody can have nothing negative to say. We just here to talk about the Pittsburgh concert tickets that need to be refunded because the venue.
I can't dance. Blue Ivy's doing a heap better than a lot of people.
They stuff together. So sorry, Pittsburgh. I don't know what to tell y'all. If y'all paid y'all rent and y'all mortgage on these tickets and then it got canceled, and she not redoing y'all show. So I don't know what to tell y'all.
Aren't they going to get their money back?
They're going to get their money back, but you're not going to get your experience back. She not doing a redo because the venue fell through because, I don't know, you got poor planning. Y'all wasn't ready for B because it's a lot to prepare for a Beyonce concert. Y'all got to be ready. Y'all teams got to be on point. Cleaning crew, production crew, venue crew, everybody need to be ready and up and running. So maybe they didn't have the employees or what, but she's skipping Pittsburgh and she's going to go on to the next city. So
I think she's really skipping Pittsburgh because isn't that from where Abby Lee Miller is from? And the dance team is there in Pittsburgh. So
she's
if that's
DC, that's what you saying?
I said that dance team do up and try to outdo Blue Ivy. I think she is.
I think if Abby wasn't a racist, maybe Blue Ivy could go to ALDC and get
right. That's what I'm saying. So she just to avoid Pittsburgh altogether. She like, I'm not stopping there. I don't want I don't want the dance mom to show up. I don't want Abby Lee to show up in her wheelchair. Is Abby Lee walking in?
The kid, and she's doing the best she can with what she got, and she's performing in front of a lot of people.
She's only 11. That's the thing. She's only 11. She's getting her dance on
stage. What y'all want her to be doing? She's a child.
Yeah, but one thing that we can't do, we can't sit there and say everything is cute. We can't sit there and say everything is thing. She's going to be in entertainment. She's going to do this, and she's going to. She needs to toughen up right now. She needs to toughen up because
we don't see Blue Ivy complaining. It was
no, she's not. But people are going to say that just because. But Tasha K was funny tonight with that Tina Knowles because she said that Tina Knowles was a Creole alleged witch herself, and that Tasha K said her mother-in-law is straight from Africa, and that she was in Mecca on a retreat, on a Muslim retreat, and she told Tina Knowles like, don't even try it with your witchcraft, allegedly, because she have her mother drop a stone with her name on it, and I fell out. I'm like, she's down to the thing with Mecca talking about I will have my mother.
We all know that they don't do that. We already know that they don't do that. So we just go hold
it was funny tonight. Tasha K did it was funny, but nothing more. It was funny. But who's funnier? And I believe that Miss Knowles is funny too, because she like, you will not play with my granddaughter. I got something to say, and I like that. I like that for her.
Oh, and one more thing before we close out, we have to talk about Larsa Pippen lying about how Michael Jordan and the family just love her so much. And Michael Jordan came out and said, no, that was a lie.
They caught Michael Jordan down to the airport. I think he was at the airport, and they asked, how do you feel? Do you approve of your son's relationship with Larsa Pippen? And he said no. It was a hard no for him.
Mm-hmm. Probably because she's the pass around for the NBA. She probably went through up and down. You know, the mascot probably had some.
Yes.
The mascot, the coach, the dancer, the referee, the cheerleader.
And she is such a liar, because I know for sure when she sat there and said that the mother, I was like, I know that black mama don't like her. I know for sure that black mama don't like her, because first of all, we already side-eye when the exoticals walk in with our sons. That's side-eye off the ripper. Like I already told my son, if she can't use my comb, don't bring her home. And yes, black people can be racist, but they can't. But I know for sure that mother didn't like her. That mother was off the ripper. And then with your reputation and being that the mother probably hung out with her and Scottie Pippen as a couple, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you interact as basketball teammates at events and stuff like that. And you've seen this person with your ex-husband's teammate, and now he's with my son. That's a no-go. She knew she was slutty from the beginning. That mother looked at her like a whore. I know she did. She showed up to Thanksgiving dinner. They was like, don't let her touch the turkey. Don't even fix it. We fixing her plate. Shady, you stop? Can y'all hear me? Because I think Shady is stuck. But yeah. I ain't letting that hoe nowhere near. She cannot put her fingers by the food. We giving her plastic forks and plastic, everything plastic. She gonna be the only one sitting there with Thanksgiving with a whole bunch of plastic Tupperware, plastic and we gonna put that thing in a plastic Tupperware so she'll be ready to go faster. So when you eating your food, all you gotta do is put the cover right back on and get the hell out. We ain't even rapping.
I just think, what was the point of them lying though? What was the point of them lying and making it seem like she was so welcomed into the family and they wasn't?
But she gives me Kim Kardashian. She's been studying Kim Kardashian. Like everyone likes me. Because she was just sitting there lying like, oh my God, like, you know, for Thanksgiving. I went there for Thanksgiving. Everyone was so happy to see me. Even though they saw me before, because you know I'm a whore. And they saw me before with Michael Jordan Jr., father's teammate, you know, and I really am well versed with the family. I'm real well versed with his father as well, allegedly. You know, I know everything about the NBA. I know how it works from inside out, literally. That's what she's saying.
I feel like that was interesting. Do you think this is his Junior's first piece of exotic puss? Is that
no? He's probably been tapping exotical asses for years. This nigga been rich for a while, so he's been messing around with exoticals for years. This is not his, but this is maybe his first elderly exotical. You know, now that the exotical has learned how to preserve their age, the exotical is dangerous. The exotical is dangerous more than ever now because now they have Botox, fillers, and face and BBLs. So now they are out here on the prowl taking on younger men. And they know that they allegedly have been passed around by the fathers in them. See, this is Larsa Pippen is out here living dangerous. She's staying dangerous.
And the sons. But she ain't the only one. Who was that girl that was dating all the men? Diddy and the Diddy son too.
Isn't that Steve Harvey's daughter?
Yeah, Steve Harvey's daughter. Is she labeled a whore or is she a dating woman?
Well, I don't know if she's seemingly a whore to me, because if it's whore like
Lori
behavior,
Harvey.
like I don't even care. Like what's her name? Lori Harvey, his fake daughter. That's not even his daughter. Like
that's his daughter, but y'all saying that's his daughter because
that's not even. Well, it's not even his daughter. I don't know, but when you sitting there being around in these a whole bunch of men company, regardless of what's going on, because you don't have to be sleeping with these men. Every man that you date, that doesn't mean that you're sleeping with them, but it's perceivably, especially when you're in the spotlight. You were with Future, you're with this person, you're with this person, and they're acting like, oh, it's some type of it's not no type of badge of honor for a woman to be going around, because we cannot. At the end of the day, we are not men. We cannot do what men do. Mm-hmm. If that's the case, God would have gave us a penis, but we cannot do what men do. Our vaginas inadvertently make us different internally. Like we are not the same. We are not to be put out there like this. And for you to be putting yourself out there,
at least she used what she got to get what she wants. I'm not mad at that, but don't be lying.
This is what I'm saying. But don't be lying, acting like the family like you, or like you're just some type of like you. What that man told Suge Avery, like you may have that nasty woman's disease. Like I'm saying, like you're like.
I mean, if she got the nasty woman disease, then everybody else got it.
That's it, but they do obviously, because nobody gives a damn no more. You see them still at the Usher concert allegedly. I said, but people don't give a damn. People don't care no more.
But people forget things after a while. People let things go.
Yeah, they don't care no more. So I don't know, but I do believe that Mama, I know for sure. And now that Michael Jordan Sr. had made his feelings clear, I know for sure that mother, because I'm telling you, ain't no black mama going to have that.
That's
an old woman. That's an old woman coming in. That's like me rolling up with a 20-year-old. Let me meet your thing. And I'm sitting there with my 45-year-old behind, sitting there trying to mess with this young boy. Like, no, just because I'm moisturized, I am old. You know what I'm saying? I am seasoned. Yeah. I don't
do what you got to do. I say date who you want to date, but just don't be lying about it in the streets. It's getting late in Atlanta. Do you have anything else to say before we wrap things up?
No, that was it. Oh, did we talk about Blueface and the warrant that's out for Chrisean arrest? Did we know if
that's about Chrisean and her warrants? She's warranted. Mind you, she's about to have this baby soon, and you got warrants. This is ridiculous. Let me pull up her charges.
And while you pulling that up, I want to say, shout out to Chef Don. I was on his live earlier this morning, and he was discussing the fact that Blueface had like cornered his son inside the pantry and asked his son, "You're not gay, right? You're not gay."
I saw like, that. That was
so disgusting to me. Like, why would you sit there and ask that little boy that he doesn't even know probably what gay is? Like, and you're sitting there asking him that. It's always the undercover alleged DL.
For Blueface, are these his charges that she's taking? Because both of these charges have a term of like 4 years. If convicted, she's charged with possession with intent to distribute and failure to display a tax stamp. So.
This Chrisean, you slinging rock? You slinging rock, Chrisean?
It's violating her probation. I think maybe she was holding drugs for Blueface. Because I hope
is she slinging rock? Like, well, not literally. Well, he like, oh, I sling rock, all right, but
But she's being charged with possession. Ain't no way I would do a charge for him. So I hope she gets her mind together.
You know, things always. It seemed like she was finally getting.
She's running in Oklahoma, of all places, on possession with intent to sell charges.
Oh well, Jimmy cracked on, and I don't care. Jimmy cracked on, and I don't care. But I hope I hope she's okay, and I hope that baby's okay. You know. It's a lot going on, but she seemed like she was seemingly getting herself together, and that she was like over Blueface, and now with these charges.
You can't help but be over somebody who's parading the baby mama around and basically dogging her out at every chance that he gets. I mean, we knew it was gonna happen.
I did not like the way he asked that little boy, was he gay? That was really
but that's the thing with his mentality. Kids aren't thinking about booty. They're 5, they're
right.
2, they're 3. They're not thinking about sex at that age. And why are you trying to sexualize your toddler? He sees
and then
so much booty in
the house. Has strippers in the house, and then the mama, his ignorant mama, get online talking about, oh no, the baby wasn't around the stripper because the baby had several nannies. The nannies are me, such and such. No, those ain't nannies. Those are occasional babysitters. That's not a nanny. Like that's not a nanny. The mother would tell so ignorant.
That's who your boo face be messing around with. And he asked them after they get done to watch the kids.
Like you and Stewie, and then she like Stewie is such a good mother, but Stewie, like, why is this going on in your house? You're not going to question my kid and have my kid thinking about gay and about, like, don't be questioning my child. That was just crazy to me.
But we'll see what happens with these charges coming up with Krishan. Hopefully she don't have her baby in the jail. But if she does, Zeus better do a special on a jailhouse baby, so we can get this next season of whatever show she got coming out.
Oh my God, I have the name for it. Zeus, call me, because you can name it. If she happens to get arrested, God forbid, you can name it Jailhouse Rock. Jailhouse Rock. You know I'm great with marketing. I will promote. I will sit there and think of slogans. But I think the name of, if she gets arrested, now this is only if she gets arrested and she comes out and she wants to tell Jailhouse.
But she got one. So if you ever in Oklahoma, just know that they're looking for you in Oklahoma. So we'll keep her in prayer because we don't want her caught up in the midst. But that's all I have for this evening. I want to thank all of you guys for joining us on this late night review of this mess that's been happening this week. Thank y'all so much for sharing y'all opinions. Even though we may not agree on everything, we appreciate everybody's opinion over here. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out. And Mace, do you have anything else to say before we wrap things up?
Yeah, we just don't, we agree to disagree. We don't have to agree. That's what makes it interesting. Like, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I want to hear everybody's view. And I just want to thank everybody again for hanging out with us. It's kind of late. We usually don't come on this late, but we are the pop-up crew. We popped up. So thank you again, Mo, Ray. Who else was in here? Princess. Yeah.
Barbie's World was here.
Yes, Barb was here.
Catherine Sunshine. If we missed you, we don't intend to do so, but make sure you hit the like button. Anybody who's catching a replay, make sure y'all hit that like button and hit your notification bell on our next video. Housewives will be back on Tuesday with Housewives. I don't think they had one this week, but we'll be back on Tuesday. They released the mid-season trailer, so it's looking like it's spicing up a little bit. But we'll see. I'm pretty excited. So
it's looking like it's about to do something. It looks like they're gonna save the best for last.
Yeah, and it should have been the only. So because you wasted our time up until this point. So it looks like it is getting juicy. So we'll see what they give. Hopefully they give us something more for this next half of the show. So y'all, once again, thanks for joining the MASE and Shady show. We will see y'all next time, and y'all be safe out there. Good night, y'all.